Shocked, I couldn't believe she was questioning me about wine. Jeevan, you know what, Dang? She insulted me at the office. Dang, I think you are the one who messed with her because she is not type of woman who insults someone without any reason. Dang said with a chuckle, feeling an innocence of pride for wine. But then he remembered that one was trying to tell him something. He decided to call her later. Jeevan thought, I want to spare this wine. She clenched her fist in anger. 20 minutes later, Deng stopped the car in front of a cafe. Deng, come on, we are here, he said as he opened the door. Jeevan looked around confused. Jeevan, why did you stop the car here? Deng, of course, for a date. Now come on, he chuckled. Jeevan, but this is just a normal cafe, she said, still not getting out of the car. Deng sighed and opened her door. Deng, if you think I book a grand 7-star hotel for a date, you are wrong. He smacked. Jeevan rolled her eyes and got out of the car. Jeevan linked around with Deng as they entered the cafe. Jeevan, you should have told me earlier. This is so embarrassing to be dressed up like this for a normal cafe, she said angrily. Deng ignored her and tried to find an empty seat in the cafe but couldn't see any. Jeevan, I think you are unlucky, Deng. There is no place in this cafe, she said mockingly. Deng stared at her, removed her hand from his arm, and walked towards the staff. Waiter, so how can I help you? Deng, we need a table for two. Wait, I'm sorry, but would you consider one-sided couch table? All our regular tables are occupied. Deng nodded and the waiter led them to the available spot. Deng and Jeevan settled themselves. Deng's expression was hard to read, but a hint of bitterness lingered in his eyes. Jeevan, I hope the food is here good at least. She tried to maintain a cheerful tone, but the tension was palpable. Deng, well, it's not like you deserve better, he said with a mocking smack. Jeevan, what do you mean by that? She tried to be sound offended, but her voice was wavered. Deng, nothing, just joking, he said dismissively, but his eyes betrayed a deeper resentment. Jeevan's face paled slightly, but she quickly forced a smile, trying to hide her discomfort. Jeevan, you really have a strange sense of humor, Deng. She laughed nervously, her grip tightened on a napkin in anger. Deng, yeah, funny how life works, right? Getting stuck with someone you can't stand. He chuckled bitterly, watching her closely. Jeevan, I know it's not easy, but we can try to make it work. Her voice was shaky in anger, but she tried to sound sincere. Deng, sure, pretend all you want. We both know what this really is. He leaned back, his tone dripping with a sarcasm. Jeevan, I don't understand why you have to be so cruel, she whispered, trying to hold back her fake tears. Deng, because it's the only way I can deal with a cheater, he said coldly before quickly adding, but hey, I'm just joking, right? Jeevan's eyes welled up, but she blinked rapidly, forcing a smile. Jeevan, of course, just joking, she echoed, her voice barely above a whisper. The waiter arrived to take their order. didn't mean that. We actually bonded a lot. She even shared some family stories with me. She tried to keep her voice steady. Then, if you say so, he shrugged, clearly unimpressed. Jeevan, and your dad is such a strong and respectable man. I admired him so much. She continued pretending to be honest. The admiration form is about a valuable as a counterfeit bill. He said dryly. Jeevan, why do you so always harsh? She asked in thought. Maybe because I can't see through your act. He leaned in closer, his eyes piercing into hers. But hey, let's keep pretending for sake of our families, right? Jeevan, of course, for our families, she replied, her smile not reaching her eyes. The waiter returned with their food, interrupting the tense atmosphere. Jeevan took a deep breath, trying to compose herself. Jeevan, this looks delicious. Let's enjoy our meal. Sure, let's make the most of delightful evening, he said sarcastically. Once more, I don't know why I mistook him cut my call. Should I tell him? But will he believe me? I don't think he will, because his parents chose Jeevan for him, so obviously he would trust them. When they say she's a good girl, but she's not what she pretended to be. He scolded me tomorrow for calling him at this hour. I couldn't help myself, so I sent a message to him. Yo, sorry, I'm just was important, so I called you. I hope I didn't disturb you. Meanwhile, thanks, Bo. I brought you to this place for a date to see her reaction, and she reacted just as expected. She didn't like it, but still, she pretended as she did. I thought she would break the engagement if I continued to behave like that with her, but I think I'm wrong. I announced that you are my fiancé. I suddenly said. She stopped eating for a moment and looked at me. Jeevan, what? I nodded. Yes, I got permission and he said I could go with it. So I did, and now you will have to be careful because you are Kim Tang's fiancé. She forced a smile and my heart felt a sense of satisfaction. Jeevan, that's wonderful news, I'm so happy, she said, but her eyes betrayed her true feelings. Jeevan, but I told you before that I wanted to publish some books and I don't want too much public attention because of being Kim Tang's fiancé. Yeah, but your dad, Mr. Hunt, wanted to make this news public because it would benefit his company. And I'm sure you are just remember from now on everything you do reflects on me and my family. I said, leaning back in my chair and watching her swim. Now you will have to be careful outside. If the public see you with our engagement might get cancelled off, he said jokingly. Jeevan rolled her eyes. Jeevan, of course I will be on my best behavior, she replied, her voice sweet but her eyes cold. I took a moment to check my phone and saw one's message. For a brief moment, I felt a pang of guilt for ignoring her call, but I quickly pushed it aside. I couldn't afford to show any weakness, especially in front of Jeevan. By the way, you might want to stop pretending so hard. It's exhausting just watching you, I said, smirking. Jeevan, I don't know what you are talking about. I'm genuinely happy with you, she said, her voice dripping with fake sincerity. Sure, keep telling yourself that, I said, and focused back on my bill. Now I need to take a selfie with you. Said, opening his phone. He again noticed your message. Spoke once message. After reading it, I opened the camera. I didn't want to reply to her right now. I would talk to her in person. I know she wanted to tell me about Jeevan and might have found out that Jeevan is cheating. Jeevan, look here. Can I post this? He asked her. Jeevan, if you want, you can. She said hesitantly. Nodded and posted on his SNS. As they ate, Jeevan continued to make small talk all the while planning her next move. She needed to maintain her facade of affection and loyalty. Jeevan, you will say Tyung, I will prove you wrong, she said, her voice laced with a false sincerity. Tyung, I'm holding not my breath, he said, finishing his smile and signaling for the check. As they left the cafe, Jeevan tried to engage Tyung in more conversation about their future plans, but he remained aloof, giving her only curt response. Jeevan, you know Tyung, I have been thinking about some wedding themes, maybe something elegant and grand. Tyung, whatever make you happy, he said, not really interested. Jeevan, and I was also considering some charity work. It would look good for our image, she continued, finishing her approval. Tyung, sure if that's what you want. Tyung couldn't stop thinking about Van's message. He knew he needed to find out what was so important. Once they arrived at Jeevan's house, he walked her to the door. Tyung, remember no slips up. We are planning a role here, and I expect you to keep it together, he said, his tone sharp. Jeevan, of course, Tyung, I won't let you down, she replied, her smile tight. Tyung, good night, Jeevan, he said, forcing a smile, turning to leave. As he drove away, he finally allowed himself to think about when he needed to talk to her to understand what was going on. He pulled out his phone and reread her message. Van's message, I'm sorry, Mr. Kim, but this was important, so I called you. I hope I didn't disturb you. He sighed and decided to call her next day when he had more time and privacy. For now, he had to deal. Thanks, Bo. I can't wait to see the look on Jeevan's face when her true colors come out. For now, I will play along, but she doesn't realize how close. As he pulled up his house, he felt a sense of resolve. He was going to get to the bottom of this and protect his family and company from Jeevan, decided, and with oneself. Meanwhile, while I was scrolling through Instagram when Mr. Kim posted a period on my feed. I felt a pang in my heart seeing him with Jeevan. The caption read, date with fiancé. That's mean they were on a date when I called him, and that's why he didn't answer my call. And now he hasn't even replied me. I felt terrible. I think I shouldn't say anything against his fiancé because he might get upset with me. Besides, he is our boss and we shouldn't interfere in his personal matters. I sighed and put my phone down, heading downstairs for dinner. When Tyung dropped Jeevan off at her house, Jeevan both finally got rid of that Tyung. I don't know how will I live with that person after the wedding. It drives me crazy. Everyone falls head over heels for me, but this guy has never even looked my way, even though our marriage has been arranged since childhood. I was beyond irritated. As soon as I walked into my mansion, I saw someone and dismayed. He sat on the couch. I walked over to him and dismayed as well. I sat on him. Jeevan, I think you only know this, I said, pouting. He looked into my eyes and Kang Do-hyun. Jeevan, but what are you doing here at this time? Did see you? I asked, slightly worried. Kang Do-hyun, of course, that's why I'm sitting here waiting for you. After a few minutes, I pulled away. Jeevan, I need to talk to Kang Do-hyun. Call me and please can you talk to her in the morning? I need you right now, he said with a smile and nodded. Jeevan, Tyung really stared me out today, I said, his jaw clenched. All my anger, tension will only go away with her. Kang Do-hyun, I already told you don't mention Next day, Jivan wakes up in the morning. She looks beside her and sees no one. She pulls up two handsets, feeling a pain. She ignores it and gets out of the bed just as Kang Do-hyun comes out. Kang Do-hyun, are you alright? She nods. After a few hours, Jiwon, what the hell was that? She angrily stood next to him. Mr. Han, what Jiwon? She asked, confused. Jiwon, stop pretending to be innocent. Why did you let them make the news public? Don't you know how cunning he is? It drove me crazy yesterday. I don't know how I will handle that man after the wedding. She spat angrily. Mr. Han, will you stop your overreacting and tell me which news you are talking about? Kang Do-hyun, Mr. Han, she is talking about the news of the wedding that you allowed him to make public yesterday, and it's spread all over the Korea by now. Mr. Han, wow, you have to admit I'm fans of Kim Tae-young, he said as he returned on the TV, which makes Jiwon even angrier. Jiwon, you know very well how this is going to affect Dong-hyun and me. All the employees at his company know that I'm his, and the news is spread outside the company. What will happen? Tae-young and Mr. Kim won't leave us alone. Kang Do-hyun, and now we can't even spend time outside peacefully, he said angrily, glaring at Mr. Han. Mr. Han, Mr. Kang Do-hyun, you and your father want revenge on Kim family because they were your rivals, right? Have you forgotten so quickly? But your father ruined his mind while saying this to Dong-hyun. Kang Dong-hyun, I understand, Mr. Han, but you should have waited until their wedding if you want to leverage their influence so badly. He greeted his date. Mrs. Han, Jiwon, your dad is right. You will gain so much more if you think about it. Tae-young is an